promise. So today we're going to start a very new unit, that is unit number 2, forms of business organization. This unit is going to deal with business organization. A business organization is which engaged in some industrial or commercial activity. It represents an institutional arrangement for carrying on any kind of business activity. It may be owned and controlled by a single individual or by a group of individuals who have entered into an formal or informal arrangement to jointly conduct the business. Actually, every business undertaking a separate and distinct business unit. It has its own identified and separate ownership. It can be distinguished from other undertaking on a regular basis of its ownership, management and control. So this unit consists various business organizations as chapter. Chapter 4, it deals with sole proprietorship. Chapter 5 deals with joint Hindu family and partnership. Chapter 6, joint stock company. Chapter 7, cooperative organization. Chapter 8, multinational company. Chapter 9, government organization. From these chapters, today we are going to discuss sole proprietorship. So this is one of the oldest and simplest form of business organization, and it is informal type of business organization. To understand about this business, just split this word. One is sole and another one is proprietorship. Sole means single, that is an individual, whereas proprietor means a owner, a person who invests his money to start up a business is known as a proprietor. So this lesson we're going to learn about various things, that is forms of business organization and the meaning of sole trader and characteristics, advantages and disadvantages. Now we will see the exact meaning of sole trading business. Sole proprietorship is a form of business organization in which an individual introduces his own capital, uses own skill and intelligence in the management of his affair and solely responsible for the result of his operation. The individual alone may run the business or may obtain the assistance of employees. Actually, it is a first stage in the evaluation of form of business organization. Because of that, it is an oldest form of organization. It is also known as individual entrepreneurship. To raise the required capital, the individual may depend mostly on his own saving, or else he may borrow from his friends or relatives or financial institution. The business may be started either in the proportion of proprietor's own house or in a retail premises. There is no legal formalities is required to start this kind of business. Here I have given you all certain examples of sole proprietorship. It can be like a grocery shops or small food courts, or even it can be like a small traveling agencies or certain petty shops like bakeries or saloons. A single person owns a business, then it comes under the sole proprietorship business. Now we will move to a definition of that. Actually here I mentioned as a sole trader. Sole trader means the person who owns the sole proprietorship business is known as a sole trader. So this definition is given by a Wheeler. According to him, sole proprietorship is that a form of business organization which is owned and controlled by a single individual. Note here, owned and controlled by a single individual. He receives all the profit and risk of his property in the success or failure of enterprises. So he is a person is responsible for all success and losses of a business. Why? Because only one person is going to run and one person is going to monitor the entire business. Here we will discuss the characteristics of sole trader. The first characteristic is ownership by one man. This is owned by single person. The sole trader contributes the required capital. He is not only the owner of the business but also manager of the entire affair. And the second point is freedom of work and quick decision. Since the individual is himself as a owner, he need not consult anybody else. Hence, he can take quick decision. And third, unlimited liability. When his business assets are not sufficient to pay off the business debts, he has to pay from his personal property and then enjoying entire profit. He strives tirelessly from the improvement and expansion of business and enjoy all the benefit of his hard work. Why? Because he is only one person is going to control the entire business activity. So if the business faces losses or if the business faces profit, the both positive and the negative sign has to be accepted by that single person. Then the next point is absence of government regulation. A sole proprietor concern is free from government regulation. No legal formalities are to be observed in the formation of a business. Then no separate entity. The sole trading concern comes to an end with the death, disability or insolvency of an individual. If that particular person is willing to close his business only, the business will come to an end, or else it will run based on the wishes of that individual person. Then maintenance of secrecy. Since he or she manages the affair of business, the secrecy can be maintained easily. So these are the characteristics of sole trading business. Here I have given some important points of sole trading. The first one is single ownership. And second, no sharing of profit and loss. Why? Because only one person is going to control the plus or minus, he have to accept over it. And second, one man capital. The entire resources is needed to start a business have to be taken care and it has to be put out by the one person who is going to start the business. And second, unlimited liability. And third, less legal formalities. And very importantly, one man control. He is the entire hero for that business. Now we will move to the advantages of sole trading concern. The first advantage is easy formation. No legal formalities are required to initiate a sole trading concern. Any person capable of entering into a contract can start it, providing he has the necessary resources of it. And second, initiative to work hard. There is a direct relationship between effort and reward. The fact that the entire profit can be taken by himself without sharing with anybody else. Then, small capital. Small capital is an important as well as specific advantages of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietor can start a business with small capital. Then, credit standing. Since his private properties are held liable for sacrificing the business debts, he can get more financial assistance from others. Then, personal contact with the customers. Since sole proprietors knows each and every customers, individually, he can supply goods according to their taste and preference. Thus, he can cultivate personal relationship with customers. And then flexibility. Sole trader can easily adjust himself to the changing requirement of business. Now, disadvantages of sole trading concern. First one is limited capital. Since the capital is contributed by one individual only, the business operation have necessarily to be on a limited scale. They cannot expand the business. Why? Because only one person is going to contribute to the entire business. So the expansion of the business will be very difficult for him. Answer hint, limited managerial skill. Single person intelligence and experience may not be help him beyond a certain stage. Since he has to focus on each and every activity, his managerial ability is bounded to be limited. Then, unlimited liability. The creditor have a right to recover their debts, that is, recover their dues even from the personal property of a proprietor in case their business assets are not sufficient to pay off their debts. Then, lack of specialization. Since the business unit is small and the financial resources are limited, the experts in the different fields cannot be employed to secure the maximum advantage. And the last one is hasty decision. Sole proprietor is more likely to take hasty decision as he need not concern anybody else.